Hi there, I'm Tracy, and I need to tell you something that might surprise you. I'm a financial planner with 2 kids, and I completely messed up my RESP strategy in the beginning. Now, before you click away thinking, great, another financial expert who has it all figured out, hear me out. Because my mistakes, they're probably the same ones you're making right now. And the good news is, I figured out how to fix them, and you can too. Picture this, your 3-year-old is finger painting on your freshly cleaned kitchen counter, and you're standing there thinking, this is clearly abstract expressionism. My child is the next Monet. Well, we've all been there, right? In fact, my child painted this work of art while I was in a Zoom meeting. Every parent secretly believes their toddler's random achievements are signs of future genius. It's practically a parenting rite of passage. But here's what happens. Fast forward 15 years and that same artistic genius who also ate crayons and called it a taste test is staring at acceptance letters while you're staring at education bills that make your eyes twitch. So let me ask you this. Are you one of those parents who's been putting off starting an RESP because you can't afford to max it out? Or maybe you started one, but you're not sure if you're doing it right. Here's the thing. I see this all the time. Parents come into my office and they say things like, Tracy, I can only afford $50 a month. Is it even worth starting? Or my kid might not even go to university. What if I'm wasting my money? Or my personal favorite, I'll start contributing more when my finances improve. And I get it. I really do. Because that was me. I'm a financial planner. I should have had the perfect RESP strategy from day one, right? Wrong. Let me tell you about my boys and how their different paths completely changed how I think about education savings. I have 2 sons who are 4 years apart. They're 14 and 10 now. My older son has been fascinated by construction since he could hold a toy hammer. Give him Legos and he'll build architectural marvels that would make any engineer proud. Show him a construction site and he'll drop everything to watch the heavy machinery. My younger son, he's still exploring his passions. One day he wants to be a police officer, the next a video game designer, or, and this is his current obsession, a YouTube influencer. Sound familiar? That uncertainty is perfectly normal, and it's something we absolutely need to plan for. Now, when they were born, I started with good intentions, but modest means. From day one, I had contributed $50 a month for each child to our family RESP. Between daycare costs that rivaled our mortgage payments, life's curveballs, and competing financial priorities, maxing out RESP contributions just wasn't realistic. I only had so many eggs for so many baskets. But here's where my story gets interesting. And this is where I want you to pay attention because this might be exactly where you are now. Those modest $50 monthly contributions, they weren't insignificant. By the time my kids were 8 and 4, our family RESP had accumulated $1,680 of government grants, $9,840 in compound growth, and here's the key, it established contribution room for strategic catch-up. The total value, $11,520. Now let me ask you something. How many families do you think never even get to that point because they're waiting until they can afford the perfect contribution amount? The families that struggle most aren't those that started modestly. They're the ones who never started because they couldn't contribute enough. Are you one of those families? Because if you are, I need you to hear this. Here's what transformed everything for me. The day my youngest started school and we suddenly had an extra $5,000 a year that wasn't disappearing into the daycare black hole. This is when I got serious about RESP contributions, and it completely changed our education funding game. I allocated that full $5,000 from former daycare expenses strategically. And this is where it gets really interesting. Are you ready for this? In years 1 to 6, all $5,000 went to my older son, qualifying for $1,000 in grants. That's $500 current year plus $500 catch-up from unused room for 6 consecutive years. In year 7, I split the $5,000 between both boys. And years 8 and on, I switched the full allocation from my older son to my younger son to max out his grants. Without this strategic allocation, I would have missed out on $1,240 in grants. Let me say that again. $1,200 in free money from the government. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's great, Tracy, but I don't have $5,000 sitting around, and that's okay. The principle applies when you have $50, $500, or $5,000. So let's talk about what education actually costs, because this might surprise you. For university, Canadian undergraduate students pay an average of about $7,360 in tuition. In Ontario specifically, it's about $8,500. But here's the kicker. That's just tuition. When you factor in residence, meal plans, textbooks, and those mysterious miscellaneous fees that universities love to tack on, you're looking at about $20,000 to $25,000 per year. I know. I see that look on your face. And it's the same look I had when I first calculated these numbers. But here's where it gets interesting. College diplomas, they range from about $2,400 to $6,100 per year. And trades training, remember my construction-loving son? The average apprenticeship program costs approximately $1,400. Comprehensive trades training at specialized colleges can range up to $14,400 total for a complete program. The point is, your RESP works for every path: university, college, trades, it all counts. Now here's where many parents get confused. RESPs aren't just for university. They work beautifully for trades education, apprenticeships, and college programs. Your RESP can fund tuition and residence, school supplies like laptops and books, transportation expenses, pre-apprenticeship programs, professional tools and equipment, and safety gear and certifications. Whether your child becomes a doctor, graphic designer, or master electrician, that RESP money adapts to their chosen educational journey. And plans change constantly. My construction-loving 14-year-old might discover environmental engineering in grade 11. Or my 10-year-old aspiring YouTube influencer might choose a career in finance. RESPs handle these scenarios elegantly. Unused funds can move between beneficiaries without penalty. You have 35 years to use the money. And even in the worst-case scenario, you never lose your original contributions. So here's what I want you to do right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when your finances improve, right now. Every month that you delay starting an RESP or optimizing your existing strategy costs compound growth and government grant eligibility. The conversation about your family's education funding strategy can't wait for someday. It needs to happen now while time and government grants are still available. Whether your child dreams of building skyscrapers, hasn't discovered their passion yet, or you're scaling up from modest beginnings like I did, a customized RESP strategy can adapt to their journey. The key is starting with what you can afford and building from there, not waiting until you can afford for the perfect contribution amount. Remember, your toddler's countertop artwork might not actually indicate the next Monet, but with proper RESP planning, even starting modestly, you'll be ready to support whatever path their talents ultimately take them down. I'm Tracy Andrade, a certified financial planner at Marnoa Private Wealth Counsel, and I specialize in helping families build generational wealth. As a mother of 2 boys who successfully scaled up from modest RESP beginnings, I understand the real-world challenges you're facing. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and visit marnoa.ca to book a complimentary consultation with me to see how I can help you save for your child's education while balancing your other priorities. Thanks for watching another episode of Beyond the Plan.